Hi, my name is Samantha Meigel, and today is April 6, 2017, and I'm doing my persuasive speech on why people should adopt rescue animals instead of buying from a breeder. This is my audience. When you choose to adopt a rescue animal or dog from a shelter, you are saving two lives. Not only do you give the dog you are adopting a new life, you are also opening up a space in the shelter for other animals in need. Many animals enter animal shelters without any hope of leaving. Dogs and cats are given to these shelters every day across the United States. Only about 25% of dogs and 24% of cats are adopted. 15% are reunited with their owners, and a horrible 64% are euthanized. That is millions of animals being killed just because nobody wants them. 56% of dogs and 71% of cats that enter animal shelters are euthanized. More cats are euthanized than dogs because they are more likely to enter a shelter without any owner identification. There are some dogs that when they enter the shelter they are either too aggressive or too ill, so they are put down. Most of the dogs in a shelter are lovable and adoptable. They are just put down because nobody is willing to adopt them, and the shelters are running out of money and space to keep them. The percent of animals being euthanized is increasing. Due to the economy, more people are surrendering their pets because they can no longer afford to keep them. The amount of animals in shelters are increasing and causing animals to be killed sooner, but hardly any time to be adopted. Each year, 2.7 million adoptable dogs and cats are being euthanized in the U.S. because too many pets come into shelters and too few people consider adoption. The number of euthanized animals could be reduced dramatically if more people adopted pets instead of buying them. For my speech, I hope to inform you on the dangers of puppy mills and breeding, along with why shelter dogs are not always aggressive and how rescuing a dog could be a great thing to do. If you buy a dog from a pet store, online seller, or flea market, you are almost certainly getting a dog from a puppy mill. Puppy mills and breeders are basically the same. Puppy mills are dog breeding facilities where dogs are simply tools to run a business. It is estimated there are over 10,000 puppy mills in the U.S. Many puppy mill owners keep their adult dogs in cramped, solid cages, standing on wires so that their urine and feces can fall through the openings. The breeders deny the animals physical exercise, and many of them never leave their kennels except to breed. There are too many animals and not enough homes, and with all these puppy mills, the overpopulation of animals is only getting worse. Many people think that when you adopt an animal, you will be getting a possibly aggressive dog that's not trainable. This is mostly not true. If you go to the right shelter or rescue group and spend time with the animal, you will be able to tell what the dog will be like. In most rescue groups, dogs go into foster homes. Many dogs are surrendered to shelters because of a change in family situations, not because of the dog's behavior. And many shelter dogs have already had some training. Other people believe that breeders are the best way because they will be getting a puppy and will know what the puppy's personality will be like. When you get a puppy, it will act the way you train it, so you will have to make sure you have lots of time and patience. Also, every dog breed has its own personality. The stigma that all shelter dogs are unpredictable and come with behavioral issues is simply not true. To certain people, animal shelters, and specifically the term stray, bring up feelings about an animal's behavior. A lot of people think there is something wrong with the pets in animal shelters, purely for the reason that someone doesn't want them, and they think something must be wrong with them. But really, the term stray can be confused. The word stray just means that an animal has just strayed from a home. Many dogs are there because of a divorce, eviction, job loss, overseas deployment, or because the family doesn't have enough time to give the animals the love that they deserve. Just because an animal is in a shelter does not mean that he or she is a bad animal and shouldn't be adopted. A lot of people tend to think that shelter dogs are all mutts. And while many shelter dogs are not purebred, this is not always true. There is the benefit of knowing the puppy's mother and being able to see the environment that the puppy was born into, and being able to know the exact breed of the dog. But with that being said, there are millions of dogs dying in shelters each year, and rescuing a dog will save one of those lives. The Humane Society estimates that purebred dogs make up to 25% of the shelter's population. Some people may not want a shelter dog because they believe that all dogs there are too old. Yes, there are many adult dogs in shelters. However, there are also plenty of puppies. Dogs of all ages are waiting for their forever homes. Also, older dogs are great to add to your family. If you don't want to deal with a puppy's stage of chewing, the potty training, and the constant attention that the dog needs, then an older dog would be a great addition. As you can see, there is many pros to adopting a rescue animal. I hope with my speech I was able to inform you on the dangers of puppy mills and breeding, along with why rescuing an animal can be a great thing to do.